said 700 bucks for
a set.
For a set.
And has the OEM lip kit on the sides and on the rear. Saved me about $2 grand in just some parts. So it's like the fourth one I've had. I've had spoon steering wheel, I've had an HK Snarty, but this is like, kind of like this the most.
That is crazy. Welcome back to another Street Scenes video, guys. It is your boy Jay Ray, the host of the show. And tonight we have a really nice and super insane and rare JDM build. It's also a right-hand drive too, which is crazy. It's a 90s JDM build, and it is owned by a good friend of mine, which is Kuya Pogi. What's up, Jeremy?
What's up, man? What's good? What's good?
Thank you so much for making time tonight, man.
Good,
we
brother.
finally made this. All right, so you have a nice piece right here, Jeremy, so definitely want you to talk about this. So what do you have here, and what's the story behind this build?
So I've always been a Honda guy by heart. I got a 1996 Honda Integra Type R.
What have you done to this?
Literally, it's just cosmetic and big brakes. That's it. So I just did the C28s, 5-door conversion with the Alcons. Switched the seats out, taillights out, and headlights with newer ones. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. How long did you have this again?
About 3 months.
Oh, so it's pretty recent.
It's recent.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so.
And when you first purchased it, was it completely stock?
It was pretty much stock when I got it. The only thing that was really done was the coilovers.
Coilovers, okay.
And has the OEM lip kit on the sides and on the rear.
Oh, wow.
So I got lucky with that. Saved me about $2 grand in just some parts. So.
Okay, so what kind of suspensions do you have here?
This car is on Tane Flex Z's.
Okay.
So it's a little bit on the comfort side, but it's fine. Takes it on track, nothing Revs, so it's pretty solid.
Okay. And how do you like that compared to OEM Type R suspensions back then?
Mostly stock like a GSR.
Okay.
It's way more planted and just more responsive all around. So it's an upgrade, but it's not the best you can get. You can do way better.
So Tane suspensions, you would pick Tane suspension over the OEM one?
Yeah.
Okay, no doubt, makes sense. All right, so let's talk about more the wheels, man. So you said these are C28s, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
so I have a set of OG 16 by 7.5 plus 35 C28Ns in the OG bronze finish. And they barely clear the calipers, but they clear, so that's what matters.
Nice, nice. So you are square setup or you staggered setup?
Square setup.
Square setup, okay. What's the difference between staggered and also square setup?
A lot of people that are hardcore run like a wider wheel in the front for staggered, so they get more of a contact patch, and then the rear will be more skinny, so everything like fits well. But square setup's just easier if you want to rotate the wheels and all that, rotate the tires, etc. So it works out either way. Let's
move forward with a body kit, man. So you mentioned earlier that this car came with
the OEM kit.
OEM kit.
So in America and Japan, they did have the OEM rear valences, which is what's on the car. But in Japan only, they got the side skirts. So the part that continues on the side that goes kind of by the Type R logo. We didn't get that in America, so I think this car was optioned out with it. But the rear bumper has been changed out for a 98 specification. So it has like the integrated diffuser and rear valences now. The original bumper 96 spec is more flat, so it doesn't have the diffuser portion on the bottom, and it wouldn't have the valences because you didn't have valences.
See. Oh, you're talking about the gap in the middle?
Yeah,
like
on the bottom.
On the bottom, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Wow, and including this, the side skirts, correct?
Yeah.
So the side skirts and also the front lip?
Yeah,
or the front
lip comes with all the Type Rs, but as I said, sides and rear are all optional.
Man, this is crazy. I do see some bright yellow seats right here, man. So what do we have here, you know?
So these are reupholstered Type RX Recaros. So they come yellow for the 99-2000 Type RX. It was an option. But there's a company over in Thailand and Japan, it depends which one you get it from. They reupholster them and redo them with new fabric. So they're still OEM Recaro seats, but they've just been retrimmed to make it look like that.
Okay. And did you have any other... I mean, were you always a Recaro guy, or were you considering with other kind of brands such as Bride, whatever it is?
I stick with Recaros, especially reclinables, because I'm a bigger guy, and I like having like reclining adjustment. So these cars came already factory with Recaros. I was just like, yeah, I'll just change the color up.
Right. And dude, if you don't mind if I touch it, right?
Go for it. Dude, it's soft as hell, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
So it seems like you got a couple things right here, man.
So I have a Grady Momo collab steering wheel. This is like the fourth one I've had. I've had spoon steering wheel. I've had an HK Snarty, but this is like I kind of like this the most. One thing that is unique about the 96 Integra Type R in Japan. There's no airbag at all. There's no tray. There's no delete tray. There's no
straight raw.
Yeah, you just like no like provision for it. So it's like straight up, just like that's how it is.
Right.
So it's like the cleanest look, but it's the only year that came without the airbag. So I don't have an SRS light or anything like that. Doesn't exist.
Does that concern you at all?
If I die, I die.
Oh my goodness, don't say that.
I have a stock OEM shifter with just upgraded bushings from Energy. So they have a nice notchy feel, but it's not like hardcore, like aftermarket feeling.
Oh, okay, okay. And e-brake wise,
Stock.
everything's still stock.
Stock.
Wow, that's crazy. And what's with that screen in the middle? Is that
that's
OEM?
doubled in with, so I have the car upgraded with Apple CarPlay, wireless and wired. So I have like, not really an upgrade audio, I just have like upgraded speakers in the head unit for easy use.
Okay, okay. So you pretty much upgraded, do you have subs or something or no?
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Eventually.
Are you thinking of getting that eventually or
Yeah,
what?
I want to get something with a quick disconnect so I can take it out when I go on track, so I don't have to worry about like having it move around.
I feel you, I feel you. You know, you did say that everything was still stock, but let's go ahead and pop the hood, man. That way you guys can see the Type R engine, or real or legit Type R engine bay actually looks like.
Bone stock.
Damn, man. That is crazy. All right, so, you know, for some Honda knowledge, or obviously Honda or Acura knowledge, or, you know, JDM Type R knowledges, you know, let's talk about it. What are some of the differences between EK9, EK9 Type R?
So in Japan, the EK9 got the B16, so 1.6 liter. It looks identical. It almost looks identical. The only difference is just displacement, so 1.6 instead of 1.8, and it sits a bit shorter.
Really?
So this sits a little bit taller because it's 1.8.
Okay.
Hand ported from the factory. It's almost identical to the US counterpart. It's, I think, separate pistons and like different tuning and all that. VTEC is a little bit different.
Okay.
I think that's about it. They come with the B18C in Japan.
B18C, okay.
In the US, it's a B18C5, but the block is just a B18C in Japan. And an easy way to tell, really, is just intake manifold. It's bespoke to the Type R.
Okay.
Everything else looks kind of factory-ish, like a GSR would be. Obviously, the dead giveaway is the red valve cover.
I see. So what would be the difference between the power-wise, though? When it comes to the B16
this
and
makes
the B18?
about like almost 200, like 195, 197. I think the B16 and the CTR makes like 160s or something like that.
160?
Yeah.
I did not know about that.
Yeah. They're lighter though, so it's a trade-off.
Oh, that is true though.
Yeah.
How much would this weigh?
This one, since it's the no airbag model, it's about 2,400, 2,500.
Oh, that's still pretty light.
Yeah, but I'm big.
But
so.
well, it's not that. The EK9, the EK9 itself is.
Like
well, that
20?
one has actually. Well, those cars actually come with airbags. I believe
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, they did come out the year after this one, so
Exactly.
they mandated it in Japan.
Exactly. Yeah. So 29-year-old car, but the engine bay is still pretty nice, guys. Like.
Yeah.
That's crazy, and everything is still like, even the strut bar or this bar right here is stock,
Yeah.
right? And you could legit Type R, Integra Type R, right there. I'm gonna show you guys right there. That's crazy, y'all.
The only modification in the engine bay is literally just a spark plug cover, but that's just decorative.
What is that?
One. It's just a J-Blood carbon Kevlar cover.
Okay.
ICB produces that.
Did you hope?
ICB produces that. So ICB Matt, him and his shop in Arizona make J-Blood parts over in Japan.
I see. So radiator is still pretty much bone stock, man. Dude, I actually like this right here. They actually have the JDM. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, Mugen radiator cap. Came with a car. I'm more of a spoon guy, but I mean, it's with a car. Came with it.
So you mentioned about spoon now. You know, I do see some spoons right here by the windshield.
Yeah, so I got some spoon windshield wipers. My excuse is that my original ones were kind of messed up. Yeah, so it's spoon windshield wipers. It's bespoke for the right-hand drive Integra with brand new OEM wiper arms.
That's crazy. I've heard these are actually rare nowadays.
They are a little bit. They're getting rare. They're like $140 a pop.
That is still expensive.
Kind of pricey. So the car has taillights that have been changed out. So these are UK spec taillights. So there's no rear side marker, and the signal portion is clear. These are like $1,000 right now. My buddy Frisco over there let me borrow them, so I'm rocking them.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
So do you like this preferably?
Yeah.
Do you preferably
like
this compared to the OEM one?
Yeah, I feel like they bring out a little bit more of a color to the car. Like it kind of like you see like the white area where the signal goes and stuff.
Gives you contrast, right?
There's contrast, yeah.
That's great. Can we turn it on actually?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow. So you could tell, you could literally just tell that these are UK style.
Yeah, because
they don't have the side markers.
Yeah, they don't have the rear side markers, and where the signal is, it's clear. So usually in America, they'll either be orange or all red.
I see. So, but when you turn signals, it uses this,
still orange.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. I'll turn them on.
Okay. Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think it's pretty cool? I honestly think it's pretty cool. Like I'm not saying because I'm your friend and whatnot, but I'm just saying, dude, that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
like I've never seen this because the older ones I've seen are like literally they have side markers. That's it.
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. Switched out the front side markers. So the JDM ones come with side markers on the fender. These are clear ones. So usually they come amber, but there's an optional clear version of it.
Okay.
So I do have some OEM door visors.
Oh.
These only came out in Japan. I got these brand new. They're freaking expensive though. I got from ICV. They're like $700
per.
For the
set.
set. But they've been discontinued for a long time.
Okay.
So can't get those anymore. It has an Integra logo on them.
How would you know if these are OEM, original ones?
It says Integra right here.
That's
yeah.
it?
Yeah, aftermarket ones don't have that. They're all the aftermarket ones are stick-on. These are clipped-on.
Can't really see the Integra. I think in the daytime you probably can, but yeah, this is how it looks like. And you said $700 for
a set.
For a set.
Before tax, so we'll see.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Jeremy, you got a nice car right here, bro. This is. What do you mean it's alright? You barely see these cars nowadays, man.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure a lot of our audience that are also watching would also want to ask a couple of things about this. Was this like a dream car for you?
Yeah, so I used to have a 95 Integra RS, so like a Type R clone. So they also don't have a sunroof, but they're no VTEC. I built one that had a V20 VTEC in 2020, blew it up. And I ended up getting rid of it to get a FA5 Civic SI, but I always missed having an Integra. So my last one, yeah, my last one was also J-front, but it was obviously a US car.
Okay.
So it's left-hand drive and all that. I didn't have the real deal.
I see.
Couldn't afford it back then, so now I have it.
Oh, wow. A lot of people may also ask, Jeremy, you know, like, how did you get the car? Because, you know, it's a right-hand drive. So, you know, would you be able to share some process how, you know, from the start all the way to getting here?
So I got lucky with this one. It was already in the US. It was Washington titled and plated. But I did go through the process and got it registered in California, which was a little bit of a pain, but a little bit expensive. But I want to increase the value of the car if I ever do sell it. Because anyone that has a right-hand drive car has an out-of-state plate.
Right, Montana.
Yeah, Montana, South Dakota, Vermont.
Yeah.
I was like,
pretty much closer to California, wherever it is.
Yeah, so like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right.
That's true.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it and pay the price and got it done. I even went as far as to get the digital plate. So I'm even flexing on like, you know,
we do see that. We do see that right here.
Yeah. So if you look closely, yeah.
It is a digital plate, guys. You can actually change the colors if you wanted to, right? All right, that's crazy.
So you can do black and white or white and black.
It literally says there, Integra Type R, Kelly.
Yeah, the yellow seats are Kelly spec.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
With you purchasing this car, Jeremy, did you have any other options besides the Type R? Were you looking for someone else? Let's talk about that a little bit more.
So I was also in the market for probably another RSX Type S or probably an M5.
Okay.
So like a 2015-ish M5 was at the
F10.
F10, yeah. But I saw the reliability is not that great. So
it's a V8 twin turbo.
Yeah, they're fast, but I'm cool off of that. I already dealt with the maintenance of the Evo, so I was like, I'm gonna get back into a Honda. Don't have to worry about it. I can beat the crap out of it, take it anywhere. So in the last 3 months I've owned it, I've put pretty much 10,000 miles on it.
10,000 miles.
This
car?
Yeah, I don't care about mileage. Like, there's a lot of garage queens. I'm like, I take this on track. I take it everywhere. So.
And guys, this is what I've been telling y'all. This is why I've been telling you guys. If you build a car, you should drive it. Yeah, really. Take it from Jeremy. Jeremy actually used to live here, and he lives, what, an hour away from, 50 minutes?
About an hour.
About an hour with Vallejo, right?
Yeah.
Or wherever it is.
Yeah, I go everywhere.
Yeah, so he goes everywhere. He drives it. Like, he's literally almost here every single day. I don't know if it's
nothing better.
Yeah, so, like, you know, he drives an hour almost every single day to come out here and just drive this car. And, again, this is a really nice piece, unique piece, guys. So, if he does it, you can also do the same thing, man. You know what I mean? So, would you agree with that?
Yeah, of course. I live by it, so.
What plans do you have for this build?
Honestly,
maybe in the next couple months or the next year?
I think I'm content. I think I'll just keep it mostly as is because reliability is there. I have no desire to tune it or make it any bit faster. It's pretty good. It's just I just want to improve as a driver, take it on track, and just enjoy it. So
you're pretty much set with all this with the current setup, or maybe the wheel setup. Maybe thinking of something else.
Eventually, I think I might switch back to regulars or something. I'm not sure. I'm just indecisive. So for now, I think I'm chilling, but I can't see if I keep these forever. So.
I always ask my features that I do here, you know, on the show. What are some of the advices that you can give to any, or let's just say to any car builder or people that's just starting right now?
When it comes to building a car, get parts that are good, buy it once, don't have to buy it again. Don't get no cheap shit. Don't get no reps. I live by that. I hate rep wheels. I almost
it's in your IG.
Yeah, I almost died on reps, and ever since then I'm like, yeah, let's stick to real parts.
Yeah.
Because it's a safety item.
That's
Same thing
true.
with seats. You can't get no Broms or NRGs or something, bro. Just get the Recaro or the Brid.
Right.
So, and also do it for yourself. I mean, yeah, it's cool to have, you know, some influences and people that want you to do stuff the right way, but at the end of the day, do it for you, and just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. One more question I just want to put it out there, man. How do you compare the difference between the Honda scene, or yes, the Honda scene back in the day, and the Honda scene nowadays?
It depends. There's layers to that. So the Honda scene nowadays with nice builds, it's harder and harder to come by. There's a lot of cookie cutter, like, you know, builds. People just slap stuff on, think it's cool. And to the other note, it's also hard in general just to find these cars clean. So you gotta do a lot of research, gotta dig around, find a nicer car. Because it's easy to get like a cheap, you know, Integra, but they're all kind of beat up.
That's true.
So
you could barely find nowadays with those. Let's just say if you want to put like a 3 or 5 in there. Oh.
Yeah, at least you have to get a repaint or something. So it's hard.
That's true. That's true. Man. Here at Street Scenes with Jerry, guys, we don't want to gatekeep as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like what you said, you know, dude, you just drive it. You know, like
just enjoy your shit,
enjoy it as much as
matter.
possible, man. You know, so if you do have some questions about it, and if you have any other questions about this car or about any of these platforms, feel free to comment down below. And obviously, I'm gonna put Jeremy's social there too. So if you need anything, you want to see his feet. I'm just kidding. Bro.
Say shout out to my family, because if it wasn't for the way I was raised, I wouldn't have worked as hard as I do for what I have. I mean, none of this was given to me. I mean, I busted my ass for 29 years in general, because I didn't have anything handed to me. You know, I grew up, you know, lower middle class, so I wouldn't like to thank them for stealing the knowledge on me and, you know, showing me what's right and wrong.
Yep.
And yeah, that's kind of selfish. That's it. That's all I got. Just my parents, man.
That's good. But this is going to be the good part, because this is always what people actually rewatch or replay, which is the revs, the flybys, and all these other things that we're gonna do with this Type R tonight. So you ready for this?
Sure.
Let's get into it, bro. Let's get it.